All right, I took a couple minutes off camera to do some cleanup a little bit. I finished across the boot and I actually carved across the base, cleaned that base up a little bit and rounded it a little bit. I missed that piece. Cleaned up a little bit in here, although we're going to catch the rest of it with our wizard wheel. And now what we're going to work on next is the mustache and the bedroll. It is, let me clean this up a little bit. Here I am carving without my glove. You're supposed to yell at me when I do that, so let me go ahead and put that on. I can just hear some of you yelling, "Put your glove on, dummy, put your glove on, dummy." So there we go. All right, we're going to take a V-tool. Let me get these little scratch marks out of here. I don't like them. We're going to take the V-tool and we're going to start in here and work our way out. We've already delineated where the edge of that bedroll is. And so if I start right here and I just follow along real carefully as I turn, just follow along that line, just keep going. Don't get too deep. It doesn't need to be deep. You're just giving the indication that that thing is rolled up. Make sure you're keeping a positive contact with your wood at all times. My thumb is on the wood because it helps me control the speed, the depth, and the strength of that cut. And I'm just following around the line that I drew. And it's just a spiral from the inside. Started on the inside, spiraled it out. You'll go through here and you'll do it once, then you'll see a little bit more that you need to clean up when you get ready to be finished with it. And there's that spiral for that bedroll. Doesn't need to be much. Okay, I want to take out this little area back in here on the back of the head. It's looking like it needs something. So what I'm going to do is just from the back of the head, just take out that chip and shape the back of that head just a little bit more. So it looks like the chin and the head are going back down into that area. Makes it look a little less awkward. It was looking pretty awkward there for a minute. Okay. I want to take a gouge, whatever gouge you need. I think that's about a number 8 or 9. And just make some big contours on this mustache. They don't all have to go straight. In fact, I would encourage you not to make them all go straight. But if you do, I've seen a lot of mustaches, and it's funny. My wife and I will be somewhere, and I'll see a guy with a big old mustache that looks really cool, and I say, "I need a picture of that." And I've never been brave enough to walk over to a guy and say, "Can I get a picture of your mustache?" I'd probably look like the biggest fool in town and get run out. But anyway, I take a mental picture, and that works too. Once I've got those contours in there, then I can start scratching in the mustache. I'm not going to worry about the nose too much in terms of having a nares, and having wings and nostrils and all that. I'm just going to let that go because this carving is not meant to be ultra detailed. It's meant to be just a fun little carving that you do and follow along with. Hopefully you've learned some techniques on this series. Hopefully you've had a little bit of fun, not rolled your eyes too much at my stupid comments or jokes or whatever. But anyway, if you learned a little bit, let me know in the comments below. Let me know how you like it. Let me know if there's something in particular you want me to cover. If there's a particular carving you want to see, maybe it's a carving I do. Maybe not. Maybe it's something I wanted to do. I just haven't had the urge to really do it, and maybe I need to with somebody pushing me on. But anyway, if I take a look at this, take a gander at this guy, I think we're almost, if not completely done. We've got everything we need in there. We got some cleanup. We got some little fuzzies and things everywhere, but that's part of what you're going to do on your own. You don't need to sit here and watch a video of me doing it while you're doing it as well. So take some time to clean that up a little bit. Make sure you're taking care of all these things, like up under this hat. We've got a cut mark. I'll have to end up cutting part of that out. But these are all the little details that you're going to work on your own. Be critical of your work. Look over it. Make sure that you're not missing anything. And if you are, Or if you think you're not missing anything, hand it to someone else. They'll show you exactly what you're missing. Some people, if you've got the right crew around you, they'll have no problem telling you, oh, you didn't do that right, or I wouldn't have done it that way, but you got away with it, or something along that line. Be careful of listening to critics. Sometimes they can be very good and help you guide yourself along the way you're going, and sometimes they can be a detriment. It just depends on who your critic is. I've got some really good critics around me. I've got one guy that he's pretty critical of everything that I do because he's pushing me to be harder. And I've got others that it doesn't matter what I do. They love it. They think it's great. And so anyway, I listen to all of those people equally because I like to hear the ones that pat me on the back, but I also like to hear the ones that pick up the things that I missed. And so that helps me become better as an artist and helps me get to the point where I'm going in the direction I want to go. So here's what I want you to do. Take some time between now and the next video. The next video we're going to paint. I'll go out into my shop and I will clean up all the little fuzzies and all the little things that I want to clean up with my Dremel, and I'll show you what that looks like when I do that, the tool that I use for doing that. And then we'll move on to painting. I think painting will take maybe 1 or 2. We'll certainly shouldn't be more than 2 by the time we paint it, finish it, and seal it and all that. But anyway, I hope you've liked this little video. Again, I've got it in Woodcarving Illustrated in issue 83. I'm on page 41. Not that that really matters which page it is, but just helps you find it. And I enjoy doing the carving. I've done several of these, and I usually end up giving them away to friends of mine who like one of my carvings or want a carving, and they're fun ones to do. Anyway, stay tuned. We'll finish up this video, and we'll get him painted up here in just a little bit. So come along for the ride, and we'll see what next video series we can come up with after this one. We'll talk to you later.